Welcome you all. I am S. Vidyasagar going to present the topic of smart grid technologies. So, to begin with, let us know about what is an electrical grid and then we can go to the smart grid. Okay, an electrical grid is nothing but network synchronized power providers and consumers that are connected by transmission and distribution lines and operated by one or more control centers. But whereas smart grid, it is nothing but an electricity network that uses digital and other advanced technologies to monitor and manage the transport of electricity from all generation sources to meet the varying electricity demands of end users. But originally speaking, smart grid can be said as it is able to an electrical grid able to integrate efficiently behavior and actions of each user connected to that of grid, ensuring a sustainable and efficient energy system emphasizing the high quality and security services. So, the main attributes that a smart grid must fulfill to consider as a real smart grid is flexible, clever, safe, efficient, open and sustainable. Okay, let us go to the depth of these topics. The flexible means how could we put the smart tag to anything if we do not see as a flexible. We cannot convey, we cannot predict, we cannot say a term as smart unless it is a flexible. Such like that any smart grid has to be a flexible with aiming of adapting to the changing needs that a system could require. Flexible also means bidirectional with around environment. Okay, what is clever and safe? So, could you consider something clever if it is not able to be used and be protected with security and simplicity? No, it is true. Then a smart grid cannot be named as if it does not fulfill these values. This kind of grid also have to be available in real time if we want to access to any information that they can communicate. So, efficient, one of the most important values of any real smart grid is the aim of minimizing the necessity of new infrastructure for the electrical grid. If we transform our equipment into better tools, they will be enough to control the electrical delivery, ensuring the service and cutting down the cost. Open. Do you think a smart grid could integrate safely the renewable energies? Yes, it can. Not only that, but it should. Renewable energy is the future of energy production. So, if something wants to be called smart grid, it has to be prepared for this kind of energies. This also means that new electrical market could be deployed and developed by these kinds of grids, allowing new business opportunities. What is sustainable? And finally, we have arrived at the last crucial point, the sustainability. One of the key points for this kind of equipments to be respectful with the environment and social acceptable is essential. So, now you can see a smart picture of a smart grid where you can see generating stations, step up transformer, HV transmission, receiving stations, control centers, consumers, distribute stations, distribute generation, energy storage, which are being typically mentioned in normal electrical grid. Whereas now I can call this diagram as a smart grid by seeing the middle integration of communication networks between these components. So, to say as a smart grid, we can say smart grid is equal to information technology plus electrical grid. So, the information is transferred between the components. So, how does a smart grid work? It has three components: smart control and measuring devices, digital communication system and computer software programs. The smart devices including computer control generators and other power sources as well as meters, monitors, intelligent electronic devices that gather information about the demand for power. Digital communication, which real-time information permits system operators to predict, diagnose and reduce issues that have caused interruption or serious power disturbances. Computer software programs to help the grid to determine electric efficiency and monitor the electrical functions of the generation and consumers. So, now your typical again a smart grid picture has been given where you can see the difference in the present and future pictures, where dotted lines are given only in some few places in the present, and in future you can see the dotted line is throughout the layout of components, which means the data has been transferred between all the components. So, the difference between a smart grid and conventional grid: a smart grid is nothing but a two-way real-time communication, conventional is a one-way communication. Smart grid is a distributed system of power generation, conventional is a centralized one, interconnected network for smart grid and radial network for conventional. A large number of sensors is being used in smart grid, whereas small quantity of sensors is being used in conventional. digital operation in smart and mechanical operation in conventional. Security and privacy concerns are moved in smart grid, no security or privacy concern in conventional one, and regarding the control, automatic control and monitor manual control is being used in the smart grid. There is only limited control in the conventional grid. So, to continue this with the smart grid technologies, I will go with the next presentation. So, I will stop here for the presentation. Thank you all.